Hello, this is our app. We made PantryPal, and it's essentially a recipe generation tool that incorporates AI as well as databases to look for recipes and store them as well. And this is made by Team 13, which is the Curry devs. The members of this team, Krish, me, Andy, Arsh, and Anshul. So what is the purpose of PantryPal? The primary purpose of PantryPal is to maximize the usage of ingredients you already have at home and find recipes that you can use to also avoid food waste. You're able to because we can quickly discover meal ideas without searching through the internet or cookbooks. And due to how we're able to generate multiple recipes, it encourages creativity. And our edit recipe feature also allows you to expand on the recipes that are generated for you. So through our app, you're able to simplify meal planning as well because you can save recipes and revisit them at any point, as long as you're logged into your account, which allows you to go back to your old recipes and reference the nutritional information or other data. And finally, you can share recipes with friends and family, which helps foster community and collaboration in the kitchen and encourages everyone to get creative with their recipe ideas.
So we used a variety of technologies to develop our app. For our backend, we use Node and MongoDB as a database to store information. For our front end, we used various technologies, including React and Tailwind for styling. We also use additional services and APIs like Google Auth for login, and Spoonacular to retrieve recipe data, and OpenAI to help format ingredients as well as other features. We also use GitHub and Vercel to simplify development. Our website features a sign-in or sign-up feature with a simple and user-friendly sign-in option where users can either choose to sign in with Google or with email. And if they don't have an account, they can sign up with a simple method on the right.
So one of the main features is basically creating recipes. So looking at the top left, the user has two ways of input. They can either upload a picture of like ingredients that they have on hand, and we use OpenAI to then parse that picture and figure out what recipes or what ingredients they have, and generate tags. Or they can manually enter those ingredients one at a time, and we see these tags that are there. And basically, this will help the user to either like edit their search or add more. And then once they click generate, we see three recipes on the bottom left, and they show like basic minimal information like the picture, the name of the recipe, how many servings they have, calories, protein, things like that. But they can also click show more, which will then show up on the right side. It shows more information like ingredients that they need to have, basically extra ingredients they're missing and ingredients that they have already. And it also shows instructions. And then it also has a edit recipe option, which I think we'll talk about a little bit later.
We also use server storage to allow users to save recipes to their favorites page. Our favorites recipes page features a list of recipes using an elegant recipe card, allowing users to share the recipes, unfavorite them if they want, and they can also look at the nutrition information and also edit this recipe as will be described later.
So in addition to manual input for each ingredient where they display as tags, users can also upload an image of ingredients, and OpenAI API automatically parses the image and looks for ingredients. So this is really useful for users so they can just take a picture of, for example, their fridge or the countertop or an image that they received from a friend or family. So this essentially allows them to easily, figure out which ingredients they have, and it'll allow them to generate recipes more efficiently.
In addition, another feature we implemented is this edit recipe card feature. Essentially, when you are on the main recipe card page and you click edit recipe, it takes you to here where you can edit ingredients as you like. You can edit the name. So instead of cheese, you want bread, you can input that. You can also delete, the ingredient itself, you can add new ingredients. And those changes are then reflected on this left side here where you have ingredients and instructions once you click update recipe. And you can then save changes or go back to your recipe card.
Another key feature we have is the share option. So for every recipe card that's generated, there's an icon on the top right that allows the user to share with their friends, maybe through like text message or mail or any format they would like. Basically just creates the social option basically, and if they find something they like, they can easily send it to their friends and family.
Our fourth and final extra feature is a method for users to contact the developers of PantryPal. So we have a contact page where they can input their name, email address, and a message. And when they click send message, after receiving a confirmation, we actually get an email from Email.js's service that essentially mentions the name of the person that sent the message and any feedback they have. So this allows us to, learn about any bug fixes that we might have to make or any feedback that we would want to incorporate. So this is useful for the developers of this app. Now we'll be doing a live demo to show the key features and functionalities of our app.
All right, so this is the homepage of PantryPal. We're currently signed in. I guess we can sign out just to show the login purpose. So click sign out. We click sign in again. And then here we have a form. You can either use Google, continue with Google. I'll just use Google Auth, or you can manually sign in. If you don't have an account, you can click sign up. And then let's click sign up. And then that'll just click sign up. Yeah, and then now we see a registration form, and then you create an account with the password and register. And then we can go back to sign in, I guess, after that. So we'll use Google for now because it's easier. And then now we're signed in. Okay, cool. So we're back to the home page. And basically the user has two forms of input, image upload or manual entry. So we can just use manual for now. We'll enter tomato, click the plus button to add an ingredient. You can also just click enter after every single time, like onion, enter, pesto. But if you want to remove an ingredient, just click the X button. It's really simple. And we'll click, we can actually just look at the preferences or click generate for now. But basically the preferences allows you to specify the number of recipes to be generated. And we chose 3 for now, but you can obviously edit that. And so we see 3 cards that are there with the minimal view, with the picture, some basic information on serving size and time it takes to create. If we click expand, we now see ingredients and instructions, which we can expand. And that shows basically the ingredients that we do have, and then some that we're missing we need to get in some way. And then, of course, instructions. We can then click edit recipe. And Anshul can talk about this.
Great. So now we're on the edit recipe page, which has the ingredients and the instructions from the previous recipe card. Here we're going to add ingredients to show the functionality, and we're going to add an ingredient, which is cheese. In addition, we're going to add like extra details. So we'll say cheese for garnish. And we'll add another ingredient, chicken. Great. And if you by clicking the X button, we can delete said ingredient from the recipe. Now we're going to click update recipe. And now these changes will then be reflected in new instructions by the API as shown right there. Great. Great. And once you're done, you click save changes, and those changes are then reflected on the recipe card. Now we'll go to favorites.
In the favorites page, you can see everything you could see in the search page. You can see, you can share the recipe, you can unfavorite it, You can see all the nutrition information, the ingredients and instructions as well, of course. And you can still edit the recipe from the favorites page as well. And on this page, you can also see the nav bar on top, which allows you access to any of the pages you want, the recipe generator, the saved favorite recipes, and you can also contact the developers with the contact page. Just enter your name, email address, and whatever message you want to send, and we'll receive an email with the message. So if you go to the email, it should be, yeah, it's right there. Great. And so now I think we can try some error handling features.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and test out the image upload. So if we upload an image of just like random stuff that has no visible ingredients in it, it would not recognize any ingredients, and so we get an error, I guess. We can also just try uploading an image which actually has correct ingredients, and it basically will use AI to then parse that image and then show you the ingredients that were parsed. But in any case, if ingredients were incorrectly added or were missing, you of course can add those manually. But basically, this just helps the user to save some time with that whole process. Yeah, and then we can just make some recipes. And I guess with the favorites feature, we can like any recipe that we have, and they'll show on the favorites page as we talked earlier. But the thing is that you have to be signed in to use the favorites feature. So if you're signed out and you try to access the favorites page, then it won't show up for you.
So now if we try uploading ingredients that are non-food ingredients or just invalid ingredients, such as like a single letter, like an S, for example, something just random like that, and I try to click generate recipe, it'll report that no recipes were found. So it prompts us to try new recipes here.
You also have another check
Okay,
if
then
you
it
add.
back. And another error handling method is just ensuring that the ingredients are inputted before trying to generate a recipe. As you can see, the button is sort of kind of blocked out. So that ensures that the user has input at least one ingredient. The button comes back once that's done. Now Krish will take over.
Yeah, I mean, we also have a thing where if you can't add duplicate ingredients. Like if you add chicken twice, it'll just show up as one tag. You shouldn't have duplicates like that showing up. Yep. Yeah,
So
I think
yeah,
that was.
for a demo. Thank you for watching.
Yep, thank you.